this is Hope Roski with Business Arts and Events. Well, today we're focused a little bit more on the business side right here, and we have Robert Ornelius Sr. and Jr. Welcome to the show.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Well, I know that we've been dealing with all of this hot weather, but soon winter is going to be upon us, and your business is absolutely crucial. Ashtree AC and Chimney. And, you know, people are going to start working their fireplaces here in this upcoming winter. And before people even get started, it's imperative to make sure, just like your car, that your fireplace is working correctly. So, Robert, how long have you been in the business?
So I got hired out of trade college in 2011. I got my degree in air conditioning heating, and I got my start at a local fireplace company in Clovis in 2011. So, yeah, it was a odd transition because HVAC technician to fireplace chimney sweep, old school, you know, Cinderella chimney sweep kind of thing.
So you've been at it for a while, and then Robert Jr., you've been apprenticing with your dad for how long?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. So you're getting some experience underneath your belt as well, which is great. One of the things, and when we talk about fireplace servicing, is the word fire in fireplace, because that is, for the most part, the biggest cause of the problem is people not maintaining correctly or things being installed incorrectly. Tell us about some of the things that you have observed and how people can be more proactive in making their fireplace safe.
So, you know, born and raised in Fresno and Clovis area, grew up here on Belmont and Palm. In this area, Tower District, as well as Sunnyside and Oak Fig, we have a lot of open brick fireplaces. So a lot of people utilize them, and in their mind, you know, they call out someone to sweep it every couple years if they want to utilize it. They just don't know that, unfortunately, locally, there's only a couple technicians that utilize cameras to inspect these fireplaces properly. So what we're finding is that people are using fireplaces and then bad things are happening after. And then couple that with, you know, there's a couple business here locally that install fireplaces improperly. So about 25% of the wood inserts in Fresno and Clovis are installed incorrectly. And what I mean by that is they cut appliances and slip wood inserts in and put a pipe up a certain amount of feet, and that can heat a chase and cause a fire, and it can spread to the attic and so on. So we've seen cases the last couple years where fire has spread to the attic and displaced customers. So what customers are supposed to do is have an inspection completed first. They, you know, inspect it, service it, clean it, and then draft test it, and then the customer can utilize it with worry-free, you know. So.
And one of the key things is what we call the inspection part of it. Robert Jr., what are some of the things that you do when you go in to look at an inspection? So what can a customer kind of understand what's going to happen?
First, inspecting the firebox to see if there's any cracks or any like minor water damage from leaking inside the chimney. Looking at the top to see if there's any smoke damage, any smoke that's leaking out of the chimney.
Okay, so the inspection is key. And then once you see things, how are you documenting for the customer to be able to understand?
So what we do is we're pretty straightforward, and we try to be clear about business. We bring these, you know, chim spec cameras that are designed by a chimney sweep back east in Iowa. What happens is the camera's inside. It's just like the plumbers and the well casing guys.
Sure.
We send the camera up the chimney and we go 360 and we show the client. That way, you know, picture, video says 1,000 words.
Yes, it does.
And they can see if there's any cracks or breaks. And almost 99% of the fireplaces in Sunnyside, Old Fig, and Tower have cracks and breaks. So what happens, and this is the sad part, is a lot of other fireplace companies will go out and just sweep and clean and go on their way. They don't want to kill that revenue stream, so they don't tell the customer something's bad because they don't either know how to fix it or they don't have the equipment to inspect it properly. So, you know, we're not in the business to make anyone look bad. We're in the business of taking care of people and reassuring them that if they use it, nothing bad happens. So we do terms of suitable and not suitable. It's not like it's going to burn the place down.
Right.
So suitable means you can utilize it. Not suitable is it has defects and we need to correct them.
Right,
So.
exactly. When you go in, when you replace it, is there a warranty with it, or does a customer know that maybe something that's being replaced going to only last a certain period of time?
So the awesome thing is I'm 44 years old. There's wood inserts that they last 40 to 60 years.
Oh, that's a good stretch.
And there's some open fireplace repairs that, as long as you service it every year, and we do one of those repairs, we fix the inside of broken and cracked chimneys, and they do lifetime warranties, and not the lawyer kind of lifetime, like 7 years. I mean, like the lifetime of the chimney
Sure.
sweeps. So what we tell clients when we do repairs is, as long as I'm alive or my son, the warranty's honored, and we do repairs in that fashion. Now, there's appliances, the wood stoves, wood inserts, gas fireplace, and pellet. Usually the mechanical motor systems have a year, 2 years warranty, but every situation is different based on the retailer, and there's several here in town that are pretty reputable and do a good job. Unfortunately, like I said, there's just a couple companies here that don't install them properly, and that whole passing the buck thing where you buy something from someone and they pass the buck to a subcontractor to install it, and that's what most people do. The problem is these installers are not fireplace guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Well, that's good information for a customer to know. So, Robert Jr., I have to ask you this. So sometimes in a fireplace, we may hear little animals kind of crawling around. Have you come into contact with any friends up in the fireplace area?
Yeah, we pulled out the cat. What was his name? Casper? I think.
Oh my goodness, you rescued a cat. Okay.
Yeah, a 6-pound cat named Casper. It took us about
Yeah.
45 minutes to get him
Oh
out.
my, but that's but that's wonderful to know that. I mean, and that happens because they can get stuck, and other animals as well can get in and come down, and so that's good to know that you know how to handle that as well. That's a big part of it. One of the other things too is, because you've been in the business in the valley for a while, we are an expansive valley, so where do you travel from? What are your points of destination?
So we're based out of Fresno, but we go from Bakersfield to Sacramento, Coalinga to Human, wherever we're called to. There's fees and so on associated with, but we've been in every city in this Central Valley, and we love to go out in the mountains. That's where most of our customers are: Prather, Auberry, Shaver, Huntington, Big Creek, Hume Lake, Yokups Valley, Miramonte, and places like that. So we travel everywhere. We have a lot of experience. I have over 5,000 systems under my belt. So my thing with fireplaces is, we love to sweep and clean them, but we want to inspect them properly. The cleaning doesn't really do anything if the system is defective and can cause something bad to happen.
Sure, and it's like if you think about detailing your automobile, you can wash the car on the outside, but if you don't get under the engine and start cleaning it, then there can be some problems that build up, just like your fireplace, because look, you have the camera and you have the device to be able to see up and in there and know how to correct all of that. I know you have some amazing customers that you wanted to give a shout out to, so I wanted to give you that opportunity to do that.
I appreciate that. So Ashtree AC Chimney is going to be transitioning. I'm actually going to go part-time appointment only in 2025, 2026. My son is going to be taking over the servicing and inspecting through his own business. So, I just wanted to give a shout out to a couple families, the Davis Preheim family in Big Creek. They're my first customers. We appreciate your continued business, and they're moving along with us as well. Also, I wanted to get a shout out to the Mike Musing and Prather and Auberry. He's one of our first customers as well. Really respected, and Mrs. Lynn. And also Mr. Stegmeyer here, in the Tower District area. And to all the families out there, we appreciate your business. Unfortunately, I've been kind of hit by the illness bug. I'm one of those weird immunocompromised people. I caught COVID 5 times this last 2.5 years. So fatigue and long COVID symptoms kind of set in. So I love my job. It's just the inconsistency of health has kind of had me step back and kind of resituate. But we're still doing work, and my son has been helping me full time the last 1.5 and 2 years, and he's very qualified. We have the most nationally, recognized certified company in the Central Valley as far as CSIA, NSCG, HVAC excellence certificates. So everything that I've learned, I've kind of, instilled and downloaded into my son, and we're still learning every day, and I'm still learning every day. We're human, so we want to continue education and learn. So.
Well, I just think it's wonderful that you have a father-son business going. And Robert Jr., how do you feel about your taking over your dad's business?
I'm really thankful and I'm really grateful that all this is happening. And it's pretty fun, like going on jobs every day. It's like a little adventure. So,
And it would be, you know, because you never know what you're going to find. So every day brings something new. Well, I am so glad that both of you were able to come on the show. I wish your health was better, but it looks like you're in great hands with your son Robert Jr. But you're still, your dad's still going to be along for part of this,
Yeah.
right? Okay, good. Alrighty. Well, again, folks, if you remember, it is getting time for you to get your fireplaces checked. So again, please reach out to Robert at Ashtree. Can you give them your phone number, and how else they can find you as well?
Yeah, so we answer the phone at all hours. I got a call last night at 11:30 for a heating appliance, 559-283-3386. We go, to places late at night. I got a call to go to Chowchilla at, I think, midnight about a month ago for a realtor. So we work with customers, and we love to travel. So.
That's fabulous. Well, I wish you both well. And again, folks, remember, keep that fireplace safe, because nobody wants to have an aftermath of what a faulty fireplace can do. This is Hope Roski with Business, Arts, and Events. Thank you so much.
Thank you.